Let's talk about how to get started quick in Advocare. Because if you're looking at this, we want to get you off to a quick start and help you be successful. And really the biggest thing I focus on is we're going to talk about PALS today. And really the foundation of that and the most important thing in your Advocare business is your purpose. And really, for me, this is where my heart is. It is such a critical component in not only getting started, but being successful here and finishing, because that's the most important thing. You're having to make a decision on saying yes to Advocare, but once you make that decision, the most important thing you can decide is to never quit. But all of that is going to be based on purpose. And everyone's purpose is so different, and your purpose will absolutely evolve as you go through Advocare, and it'll change and it'll grow and your vision will expand, but it is important that this is your purpose. It's not what your friend said would be a good idea. It's not an American dream, and let me talk about that for a second. It is easy to say, oh, of course I want to be a stay-at-home mom, or of course I want to be debt-free, or of course, I want to own a home or be able to take more vacations. That's a list that you'd hear rattled off as just American dreams. But if it's just that flippin' kind of, yes, that's what I want, without it being completely unpacked where you know why you want it. Not just what you want, but why you want it, where it either will bring you to tears or bring a huge smile of joy on your face. It has to be so unpacked that the biggest no, and follow me on this, the biggest no, whether it is your best friend, that person you thought for sure was going to run with you in this or say yes, or even all the first 30 names that you have on your list, if they say no, your purpose is more important than that. Your purpose is big enough that you're not going to let anyone steer you off course. Now, of course, it's going to discourage you. Of course, there are going to be times where you might be frustrated, but you know what? They do not pay your bills. They didn't see the vision that you saw of Advocare. And you know what the biggest thing is? Most of the time, they haven't even had a spark. They haven't had any product in them, so they don't know what they don't know. And if you're focused on your purpose and where you're going, it's going to make all the difference in the world. So start here. Have an unpacked purpose that you keep in front of you and that drives you each and every day. Because the one other thing I want to tell you about this is the greatest thing about Advocare is you will never have a boss and you can never get fired. The worst part about Advocare is you will never have a boss and you can never get fired. So as a result of that, sometimes people, aren't used to employing themselves. And so what I want to encourage you to do is have an unpacked enough purpose that each night when you lay your head on the pillow, you're going to ask yourself if your purpose was your boss. If what you said was the reason, your why for doing Advocare, if it was your boss, based on your activities of the day, would it fire you? And I think that's really the only measure of success without the specific gauges that we can use to get ourselves back up the next morning and moving forward again. And you know what? If your purpose would have fired you that night, then change the decision of what you're going to do the next day, but know that that's going to be critical. Once we have that solid unpacked purpose, then the most important thing is zoom focus on getting to advisor. And this is where everything starts. And I want you to understand that this is not where everything finishes. This is where everything starts. So what I like to think about it like is, there are sometimes big marathons where there are people in the very, very back. And, it takes them sometimes 15, 20 minutes even just to get up to the starting line once the gun has gone off. Guess what? Their race doesn't start until they cross that line. It's not that it finishes then, it doesn't start. So that's what advisor is. Whether you jump right to advisor and you're on that starting line from the minute you get started, or whether you're building your way there, your journey begins after you get to advisor, not before. And so the best way you can do that is jumping right in. And when you jump right into advisor, that's a $2,100 investment. And that's obviously, depending on where you live, going to have some tax and shipping potentially as well too, but it's a $2,100 investment where you are going to get $3,000 worth of product. So look at this, as fast as you are going to help get that that person that's helping you in front of people, because we tell people we can do everything for you in the beginning, but get to your people. That's your job. You've got to bring the people and get the on-the-job training by listening to whoever's helping you, have those conversations, do the 3-way phone calls, do the 2-on-1 appointments, do the mixers for you. That's how you're going to learn. That's how you're going to move forward. But as fast as you can get that person in front of your people, you're making that $2,100 back plus a $900 profit, plus or minus whatever you consume. Obviously, you're going to consume some product. So you're not going to make all 900 of it back, but you're going to make 900 back plus or minus whatever you consume. As a result of that, you're open immediately for all 5 ways Advocare pays, and you are running the race. You're running the race towards your goal. And so this is such a critical decision. It's a critical decision also because, the biggest thing is people are going to ask what you did. When you are getting the help of whoever's helping you present Advocare as a business opportunity, or when you're sharing with other people, one of the biggest things they're going to say is, well, what'd you do to get started? And so this is one-time opportunity to really create the story of how you started Advocare. You have one chance to do that. And I'm not saying everybody's going to jump to Advisor because you did, but they will ask, and more people will tend to get started the way that you got started as well too. So this is huge. Opening up the opportunities to move towards your purpose even faster. And so see this not as a cost. This is so important, guys. You need to see this as an investment that will more quickly move you to the purpose and the dreams and the goals you have. And knowing that we have our 100% satisfaction for the business opportunity, you have 365 days to decide, I'm not willing to do the work. It's not going to be because the products don't work. It's not going to be because whoever's helping you isn't working. It's going to be because you decide, you know what, this isn't for me. 365 days to relinquish your distributorship and send back those unopened products. So just know we're giving you the keys to unlock the direction and dreams and purpose that you have for an investment that's guaranteed for those 365 days. So just know that this is the best decision you can make. You're also going to make the most money along the way and then be eligible for all 5 ways Advocare pays. And you can obviously, there's great places for you to find more training on how to get started and also how to build your way there as well too. But then the next thing we need to do is we need to make a list. Now this is your help list. It's not your hit list. So I want you to understand that these are the people in your life that you want to help. So I love just saying, hey, let's write down 10 people you already know that maybe they already drink, energy drinks or coffee or soda, or they're searching for energy throughout their day. Maybe they are people that you know, please, if they have any kids at all, this is our happy mommy juice. At least for me it is, Spark is. So you're going to put down everybody you know that needs extra energy to keep up with their kids. This might be somebody that is, if they're looking for energy, they're working multiple jobs. Or it might be that person that you said, you see during your day and you say, hey, how's it going? And they're like, oh, I'm exhausted. We've got a solution, right? So we want, I'm telling you, start with 10, but we can make lists of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, but 10 people that want more energy. Then let's look for 10 people that are going to be excited about our 24-day challenge, or that are going to be excited about whether it's losing 5 or 10 pounds, or maybe they have a lot of weight to lose, or maybe there's some health concerns because of weight, so they need to lose some weight. Maybe that is the person, I say, if you're eating celery and carrots together, that's probably a person you want to talk to because they're trying to do something. But those people that are already moving in the direction of wanting to make some changes in their life. So who are those 10? And then make another list of 10. So we're going to have a total list of 30 of people that you think are performance product oriented. Now that doesn't mean they have to be elite level athletes. It doesn't even need to be an athlete. It needs to be somebody that maybe they are in a softball league, or maybe they are in that football rec league, or maybe they go to the gym and you just see them going time and time again, and they're just not seeing the results because exercise determines the shape of our bodies. Nutrition determines whether we see it. So they're going to want to take their performance to the next level, and you're going to be able to help them with that. So making that list of 30, then I'm going to say, let's circle 3 of those 30 that, man, if they see this the way you do, Now, guess what? We like get to pick our team, right? This is not you are sitting for the rest of your life in a cubicle next to someone that you can't stand. This is we're choosing our team. So I want you to think, when you circle these three, think of the three people that you're closest with. Think of those three people that you can look eyeball to eyeball with and say, we're friends, right? And they're going to say, absolutely. And you're going to say, hey, this may or may not be for you, but I want you to see what I have my hands on. And if you see it the way that I do, we can build this together. And here's where I'm going, and I want to take you with me. So that is going to be where you start. And guess what? Your job is just to get those people. You're going to use your credibility and influence. Okay, you're not telling them about Advocare. You're not trying to explain anything to them. You're using your credibility and influence, the excitement of your story, to bring them to the credibility and influence of Advocare. So that credibility and influence of Advocare, maybe you're getting them to a presentation online. It might be the Impact Magazine or our incredible DVD. It might be getting them in front of, and part of the process will absolutely include getting them in front of, whether it's on the phone or face-to-face with whoever it is that's helping you. But this list is the lives of people you want to change. So once you make this list, what I want to encourage you guys to do is you need to make a decision to act. And if you make a decision not to act, you're effectively saying you have people in your life you've identified that could benefit from Advocare, but you're not willing to help them. So this is an important, critical list. And when you tie the list of the people you care about with your purpose, everything can change for you and for them as well too. And then this next one is Success School. And depending on how far we are when you're watching this from Success School, we also have impending events that are in between as well too. You just want to get to impending events. You want to get you and others there as well too. But Success School, you want to think about this as the granddaddy of them all. And our business does not go anywhere without Success School. So even if you have another impending event coming up soon, this is a must. If you're saying, I want to do Advocare and be successful and build a business, we would be doing you a disservice to not tell you that there is no way that can happen without Success School. So as you place your advisor order, you want to get your Success School ticket with that and commit right now, whenever school is, to going. Whether it's 3 days from now and you have to buy an airline ticket, or whether it's 6 months from now and you're making the commitment and decision to do that right now, this very day. 80% of the income that is earned in Advocare is earned by those who repeatedly go to Success School. And so again, if you're saying I want to earn income here, you don't want to be sharing 20% of the income with everybody that doesn't go. You want to take advantage of that 80% that goes to those people who repeatedly go to Success School. And I can just tell you that if you can move through this and really understand that Advocare is a very, very simple business. It is not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but it is simple, and we tend to overcomplicate it. When you can stick right here and then get the on-the-job training of the person that's helping you and keep them as busy as you possibly can and learn in the process, you're going to see tons of success that will move you to your purpose.